Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in Jeep and Exploring. I'm Tim and Jenna, and it's been a few weeks since we've been with you guys. We took a few weeks off. It's August. It's hot. We hate this time of year. As you can see, one time of year, only, well, you can't see them, but it's starting to, bagworms are out. We was driving down this road, and the things are everywhere, and they just make the trees look awful. But I hate the heat, hate the bugs, especially around here. The horse flies stuff are terrible. I can deal with the snakes, but I hate the stuff that flies around you and bites you. But anyways, with that being said, it's starting to cool down, so we're getting back at it. It's the weekend before Labor Day weekend, and beautiful morning out. We are at a place down here in Arkansas called Hanging Rock, and what we're going to be doing today is something that we have not done yet. We wanted to challenge ourselves a little bit, nothing too crazy, but we are on the section of the Ozark Overland Adventures Trail, day 4. It's supposed to be the most challenging part of all 5 days. It includes Mountain Creek Road and Fly Gap Road, but we are going to be doing it backwards. Normally a lot of people come up the hill, which can be pretty challenging. We are by ourselves today, so we're going to choose to go the other way and go down. One reason we don't have lockers or anything. We do have winches and stuff like that, but I don't want to get too crazy at that. So we're going to go down the other way in the opposite end. So anyways, we're going to get off of here, enjoy this beautiful scenery. We got to air down, and we're going to hit the trail. So we'll see you at the trail. Driver. Great. Come on. A little bit driver. Good. Little driver. Come on forward. You're good. One more driver. Bring it on straight. Little passenger. There you go. You're fine. You're just sliding down that mud, but you're hanging good. There you go. You got it. that brings me to another point I didn't mention earlier about why we are not fans of this time of year. Because everything is dry and even with all the rain that we had earlier this year, it's already all dry. And you can see that creek crossing there, wasn't a drop of water in it. We're ready to be hiking waterfalls and stuff and all that, but not only is it still a little too warm for that with the bugs and stuff, but they're all dried up, so no fun. But maybe in a couple months we'll be caught up on some rain and we can get back to our beautiful water crossings and beautiful waterfalls. We'll see. That section there on the Mountain Creek is what it shows on Onyx. I'm assuming that's what that section was called. But anyway, we're about to make our way up here on the Fly Gap section. We have not been on that either, so we'll see if there's anything interesting to that. But that section was fun. I'm sure if it was wet and everything, it would be some pretty treacherous spots. And then you seen that tree that we just went under. Somebody had lost a rack on there. It was off in the embankment. I looked at it and it looked like it came off a Cherokee or something. I would have grabbed it, but I don't really have any way of taking it with us or anything. But if anybody's looking for a rack for next year or something, right back there. Anyways, let's go see what the rest of this looks like, and then we'll bring it back. Well, it does not look like we will do that section. It says it's closed. I knew there was a road closure down here, but I thought it was this other road that's up here, but I guess it's not. I guess it's Fly Gap Road.
People have taken it though.
So, I don't know. Well, we're going to turn around and go the other way, and we will just finish the rest of the day 4 of the Ozark Overland Adventure Trail and see what we find going down that way. All right, we're airing back up. We've got a little bit of highway driving to do. We're at the Reddit recreation area, and it's actually pretty nice down here. There's some awesome big camp spots. Now they are they got a day use area, swimming area down here on the Mulberry River, and might be a good place to camp if you're looking for something. I don't know what it costs to camp here. You pay at the little kiosk thing up there, but usually most places are like $5 or $10, but Good camp spot if you're not really wanting to primitive camp, because they got bathrooms and all that stuff. But it's about like camping at Haw Creek Falls. It's a nice little area, but as I said, we got a little bit of highway time for a little while, so we don't want to be aired down on that. And we're going to run over, I believe, while we're down here and have us some lunch at OOAT Cafe, one of our favorite spots, as is everybody else's. And then we got what's left of day 4, and then we'll probably have to air back down after a while when we get back on dirt. But let's see what we got going on, and gotta shut this off, sorry. Anyways, I'm gonna finish this up and we'll get up the road and we'll see up the road. See the smokable ones.
Well,
all right, we made it to Ozark Cafe, and we are going to do something. We're going to put a new sticker on there. We got our old sticker from that we put on about a year ago, so we're going to put our new one on there. Right there. Like so. And there is the old one. And we got Overlanding Adventures podcast. Anyway, let's go and eat. Shows that burger. right, guys, well, you can see we're in front of the Union School, so that means we are completely done with day 4 of the Ozark Overland Adventure Trail. We're not going to go inside the school today. We have been in there in a few videos we've done, so you can go check those out, or there's other people that's done that if you haven't got to see the inside of it. Definitely pretty, but if you haven't, I definitely recommend researching that and checking it out. But we got to get back to Missouri. Like I said earlier, it's Sunday and we got to get home and get ready for tomorrow. So we enjoyed this trail. I hope you guys enjoyed the footage. We got as much of it as we could in timely possible. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We definitely want to come back and maybe do it the other way, be a little bit more challenging. And we also got a few things on the Jeep that we need to fix before we do that. As you heard in the video, and apologies, a lot of squeaking coming from the Jeep. Our lower control arms are not in the best shape, but that's what we get for buying a cheap brand. I won't mention what brand it is, but y'all probably could figure that out. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna hop off, head back, and we appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure and like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Don't cost nothing to subscribe, but it definitely helps us out. And if you don't want to do that, at least like the video. Helps that algorithm get the video out to everybody. We appreciate that. So anyways, we will see you guys next time. We're going to probably be in the Washita's in the next videos after this for Labor Day weekend, and excited about that. But in the meantime, as always, keep exploring. We'll see you next trip. Thanks. Bye.